everyone, and welcome to another enlightening presentation. My name is Dwayne Bryant, and I'm the president and founder of InterVision International. I'm also the author of the best-selling book, The Stop, Improving Police and Community Relations. After a year like 2020, today's presentation, Managing Stress, is just what the doctor ordered. Now, before we begin, I have a Managing Stress pre-assessment questionnaire for you. Question number 1, I want you to define stress. Here's the reality. All of us are feeling stress. Some of us feel it every day. Some of us are feeling stress every hour. And guess what? Your children are feeling stress as well. So if you're in a corporate setting, feel free to pause this video at any time. Talk with your colleagues. If you're at a school setting, feel free to pause this video and speak to your colleagues there. Or if you are home with your children, feel free to pause the video and ask them, what do they think stress is? Question number 2, I want you to name 3 primary sources of stress, because it's important for you to know, where's this stress coming from? Question number 3, I want you to know what impact does stress have on your mind and your body. And then the last question, I want you to name 2 ways in which you can minimize stress. Here's the reality. Right now, if you're living anywhere in the world and you don't have some level of stress, then you, my friend, are clinically dead. All right? And we want to make sure that that is not the case for you, because here's the reality. Stress can be highly damaging on both your health, your well-being, your mind, and your body. When I'm creating these presentations, I do a lot of research. I look at best practices. I study different video content. I look at what the CDC is saying about different things. And what I want to do is bring all of that information right here for you so that you can have the absolute best presentation on managing stress. So what I found is this group of guys here called the Health Nerds. They have 17 science-backed ways in which you can reduce stress. So take a look at this. It has a lot of great information that you could begin applying to your life right now.
Is there anybody who doesn't feel stressed these days? Between work and school and zombie TV shows and money and YouTube and family and relationships and everything else, being busy and stressed seems to be the new norm. The problem is that stress is highly damaging to our health and well-being, and chronic stress has been associated with poor sleep, low testosterone levels, high blood pressure, heart attacks, infertility, erectile dysfunction, damaged skin, stubborn body fat, and lots of other terrible things you don't want in your life. That's why today, the Health Nerd is going to show you 17 science-backed ways to relieve stress right now. Number 1, eat something or chew gum. Science has shown that chewing on something or eating lowers stress. To avoid the calories, you can always chew sugar-free gum. Number 2, do some yoga. It has been proven to lower resting cortisol levels and greatly reduce the stress in its regular practitioners. Just 20 minutes of yoga will give you these effects. Number 3, meditate. Just 5 minutes of concentrated deep breathing and meditation has been shown to both lower blood pressure and greatly reduce cortisol. There are plenty of free guided meditation apps for beginners that can be downloaded on your phone right now. Number 4, walk away from the computer. Uninterrupted computer use has been associated with stress, lost sleep, and depression. Take frequent breaks throughout your day and make sure to shut it off 1 hour before you fall asleep. Number 5, cuddle something. Oxytocin, also called the cuddle hormone, gets released when you spend time with others or cuddle. This hormone has been shown to create a buffer against stress and will lower your heart rate and cortisol when it is released. Number 6, listen to some stress-relieving music. Research points to the multiple ways in which music can help to relieve stress and trigger biochemical stress reducers. There are plenty of great YouTube videos for this, and I will link my favorites in the description below. Number 7, watch a funny video. Laughter has been shown to reduce the physical effects of stress and lower blood pressure. So next time you're feeling stressed or anxious, science says to watch a funny cat video. Number 8, try progressive muscle relaxation. All the way from the fingers to the toes, tense and then relax each muscle group in the body. This will help relieve tension, and you'll find that once the muscles are relaxed, the mind will soon follow. Number 9, turn your freaking phone off. Just talking on the phone has been been shown to raise blood pressure. When you need a break, just turn your phone on airplane mode for an hour and put it out of sight. Number 10, hop off Facebook for a week. Facebook has been proven to make us feel sadder and less satisfied. Studies have shown that when people deactivate it, they feel happier and less worried. Number 11, go for a walk. Just walking around your neighborhood for 10 minutes will boost your endorphins and reduce stress hormones. If you can, walk in a park or a place with nature for greater effects. Number 12, use your nose. There are plenty of studies that support aromatherapy as a good way to reduce stress. Certain scents, like lavender and peppermint, have been shown to repeatedly reduce stress levels. Number 13, take vitamin C. Vitamin C has been shown to stop cortisol in its tracks and thus lower your stress levels. If you don't have a vitamin C pill or package around, you can always drink some lemon water for a quick boost. Number 14, write your feels. Keeping a gratitude journal has been shown to make people feel happier over time. Even doing something as simple as writing out 3 new things you're grateful for every morning in your phone will work. Number 15, take a cat nap. Napping has been shown to reduce cortisol levels and aid in stress relief. A simple 20 to 30 minute nap is perfect for a boost of energy and reduction of stress. Number 16, have sex. Sex, well, at least after you finish the deed, has been shown to reduce stress levels. Number 17, buy a puppy. Studies have shown dog owners to be less stressed than others, most likely from the ability to cuddle with something and take badass Instagram photos.
So as you can see, stress is real, and it can have a terrible toll on our body if we're not aware and we are not seriously thinking about how do we manage stress. So here's the question once again: what is stress? Stress is our body's way of responding to any kind of demand. It can be caused by both good and bad experiences. Let's take a look at this definition. When we feel stressed by something going on around us, our bodies react by releasing chemicals into the blood. These chemicals give people more energy and strength, which can be a good thing if their stress is caused by physical danger. Now check this out. Let's say you're walking down the street and you hear, and guess what? There's a dog looking at you. Your body is gonna pump adrenaline, it's gonna pump cortisol, and so what you're gonna do is you're gonna get stronger, you're gonna get faster. We want that to happen because we don't want our body to go, yo dude, what's going on? Well, we might get bitten by this dog. What do you think we should do? Can you pump some adrenaline? No. The body knows what to do and it gives you exactly what you need. But guess what? That's in the times of physical danger, physical stress. So we want our body to be able to do that for us and pump those hormones in us so that we can do what we need to do. Some people call it fight and other people call it flight, okay? Here's something else. It can also be a bad thing if their stress is in response to something emotional and there is no outlet for this extra energy. So think about that for a second. I think this is where many of us, not most of us, but many of us are not dealing with our stress. If it's physical, you can exercise, you can get that adrenaline out of your system. But if it's emotional, guess what? If you're not releasing that stress, if you're not releasing those chemicals, it builds up over time. And what we're going to see with this presentation is the detrimental effect and the negative impact that stress can have on your body and your mind. So let's take a look at the primary sources of stress. Number 1, home life, okay? Spouse, children, parents, all depends on who's in the home. Let's take a look at a second primary source, family. So now we're talking about extended family. We're talking about siblings, grandparents, family drama. A lot of times that type of stress can have a huge toll on one's life. The next thing, a big stressor, is work environment. Our boss, our colleagues, deadlines, expectations. Right now I'm taking a class with Cornell University. It's on diversity, equity, and inclusion, and it's talking about unconscious bias in the workforce. It's talking about microaggressions in the workforce. So it's really amazing that there's a lot of different factors, even in one's job, that causes them to be stressed out. Also, if an employee is not engaged, then their productivity is not as high as it could be. So as a boss, as an organization, we want to make sure that our colleagues, our employees are are engaged and that the stress levels are minimal, because therefore productivity and value can be maximum. The next level is finances. Now, we just had this thing called COVID-19, and the entire world suffered economically. So although some households are in an economic crisis, this will impact your stress level. Recently, I was on a teleconference with Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program, of which I'm an alumni, and they stated nearly 40% of all small businesses went out of business. So just imagine for a second if you were that small business and you could not recover from this pandemic. That will create a lot of stress on you as well as your household. So I believe that sometimes what is the fastest and the easiest way to get over stress? Hey, just find something good to look at. Now, ladies, I got something for you. Check this out. Boom. Look at here. Idris Elba, sexiest man alive. Now, I believe it was Michael B. Jordan for last year, but you know, I'm gonna leave Idris Elba up. Now, some of you may be saying, you know what? Idris is sexy, okay, but I'm not into the celebrity thing. I need something different. I got something for you. So if it's not Idris, check this out. Boom. Yeah, buddy, you see that? That's me. I know, right? You're thinking like, you got that, all of that under that suit? I got all of that under that suit. But check it out. If you're thinking, okay, that's a little bit too ripped for me, I'm not into the chocolate thing, I like white chocolate, guess what? I got something for you too. Boom! What do we have? The late and the great Sean Connery, baby. Listen, my mother loved this guy, and we got tired of her romanticizing about this guy. So here you are. Sometime you can just find something great to look at. So if you're laughing right now, guess what? That's a good thing. It means you're stressed, because you can't be like totally stressed out and laughing at the same time. It just like, it doesn't look good and it doesn't even make sense. Now, guys, you may be thinking, yo, dude, what about me? Guys, it's the Me Too movement era. Do you really think I'm gonna put some pictures of some ladies in lingerie? You do that on your own, okay? But I am not doing it, because me too, all right? We're not going to do that. So let's get back to the presentation. Let me ask you a question. When you feel stress, who else feels stress and why? Pause the video right here and think about it. If you're a parent, you may think you're shielding your children from stress, but are you really? If you're a teacher, you may think you're shielding your students from stress, but are you really? And if you're a colleague, you may think that you are not showing your colleagues what's going on, but do you think you're really able to do that? Because the real answer is, when we're stressed out, other people feel it as well. So today we're going to discuss the different causes of stress. We're also going to talk about how stress affects you. We're going to talk about the difference between good and bad, or positive or negative stress. And then we're going to discuss the common facts about how stress is impacting people today. I have three intentions. Intention number one, I want to create a safe space to share openly. I want to gain a better understanding of stress, and I want you to gain a better understanding of stress. And lastly, I want to share solutions to help you mitigate stress in your life. So let's get started, right? So I'm going to say, what causes stress? And since I'm not there with you, but I want to feel like I'm there with you, and what I want you to do is respond back, different things cause stress. All right, let's go. What causes stress?
Different things cause stress.
Dude, I heard that. I mean, it's like I felt your spirit, I felt your energy. Okay, all right, we have bowling. Hazel Crest School District 152.5. We have Miss Bowling. She's breaking us off. She's giving us what is stress. Miss Bowling, talk to us.
Okay, so like I said, stress is, there's good and bad stress, the stress that you can be focused and motivated with, and then the stress that your body's response to any challenges that you're facing.
Absolutely, that is awesome. All right, team 6, high five, virtual high five, team 6. Psh, right there in the camera, loving it, thank you. All right, team, where were we? I think team 3. Was it Miss Grant? Miss Grant Johnson, talk to me real quick. What were some things you said that you can minimize stress? I heard you talking.
Yeah, so we said we can minimize stress by self-care, reading, having some me time, and a glass of wine.
And a
after.
glass of wine. You brought back the glass of wine.
I did.
That's right. We're not going to fake for the camera. Love it. Love it. Now, team one. Where's team one? I want Mr. Fry to be the spokesperson, because when I was in that room, he told me that he gets picked on. He's the only male. They get him in the corner and they stress him out. So where's Mr. Fry? I want to hear from you, Mr. Fry.
Right
There
here,
you go,
right.
brother. I'm going to represent, man. Talk to me. You got the microphone.
Man, this is now officially a stressful moment. We talked about stress being, as far as sources, job, personal, pretty much what we've already heard so far. Someone mentioned a compilation of things that if it takes over your mind too long, that's an indicator that it is going to be a stressful event.
Interesting.
And pretty much, we didn't really get into the impact of body and mind, but I'm pretty sure we would all agree that it will. Oh, someone mentioned blood pressure. I know that's been an issue for me for something personally that's happened. And so you can detect by monitoring different aspects of your body and your energy level. It will affect how you function in a physical and emotional realm.
Okay.
Other than that, we pretty much covered those things, and I was under so much stress I could barely take notes and articulate as well as I could.
Well, it's okay, brother. You did a fine job.
Hey,
All right.
now I feel less stressful. I'm less.
There you go. I want one more team, because it sounds like a lot of the answers were beginning to overlap, which is awesome. You got a good job from Ms. Matthews, Mr. Fry. Is there one more team that has an answer that we have not heard? Feel free to unmute yourself and come on in and let us know. Is there any other team, something that we haven't heard yet?
I think we were team number 8.
Number 8, okay.
And so we, some stressors were family being ill, of course, work, home situations, and our own health with the pandemic going on.
Mm-hmm.
And ways to minimize. We talked about meditation, having faith, social activities, music, a self-care day, and things that what you can do, you do, and the rest you have to let go.
Absolutely. That's very important. We're going to talk about that in a second too. All right. Is it Miss Simon?
Simon, yes.
All right, Miss Simon, you look like a seasoned educator. You look like you don't play with the classroom with them kids.
I'm the special ed case manager.
Okay, all right. Well, you definitely don't be playing. All right, let's get back. So what is stress? All right. Thank you all very much for the presentations. Everything was right on point. So let's get to the definition of what is stress. Stress is simply our body's way of responding to any kind of demand. And I heard someone say earlier, good or bad. I think it was Ms. Bowling, which I really love, because all stress is not a bad thing. Some stress is a good thing. It can be caused by both good and bad experiences. For instance, if as we're giving this workshop, someone knocked on your door and said, you just won the sweepstakes and you won $5 million. Guess what? That's stress. I see you, Miss Lambert. Miss Lambert back there shouting. Come on, Miss Lambert, get back to the presentation, all right? That is good stress. But now you're going to have to think about, okay, which of my family members am I not going to talk to anymore? Am I going to stay married or am I going to get divorced? Which one of my children am I going to cut off? Am I going to stay on this job or I'm going to leave this job? So now it's a good stress, but it's stress nonetheless, okay? Let's look at a little more definitions. When we feel stressed by something going on around us, our bodies react by releasing chemicals into the blood. Now, this is going to be very important because Mr. Fry, I was thinking about what you just said about high blood pressure. I want you to pay very close attention to this part. I'll say it again. When we feel stressed by something, our bodies release chemicals into the blood. And what I want you to do is, if you know those chemicals, there's 2 primary chemicals, put them in the chat box and I'm going to come over there and see who has the right answer. These chemicals give people more energy and strength, which is a good thing if your stress is caused by physical danger, okay? The other thing is it could be a bad thing if your stress is into a relationship to something emotional, something psychological where you have no outlet to release this stress. All right, Beata, what are some of the answers that we have for the chat? What are those chemicals that they just mentioned?
We have serotonin, we have adrenaline, we have cortisol, adrenaline. Those are the main answers right now. Glucose.
Okay. All right. Love it. Love it. I see Hazel Crest 152.5 have the smart educators. Boom. Cortisol. Let's talk about it. This hormone, when it's released during the times of stress, it increases your heart rate. It increases your blood pressure. It increases your blood glucose when we're talking about that sugar. It includes your respiration, your muscle tension is a response. It also temporarily shuts down parts of the body like digestion and reproduction. So when you're stressed out, you know, some people think it's time to do some stuff, but other people are like, look, I don't want to be bothered with you right now because I am stressed out. So cortisol is a serious hormone, all right? Weakened immune system, heart disease, high blood pressure, high sugar, digestive issues. This is why when some people are stressed, they can feel it in their stomach. They have knots in their stomach. They get real nervous. Literally, you can have jumps in your neck and your back, spasms, anxiety, headache, and depression. So if you want to, take a screenshot of this, take your cell phone and take a picture of this, because it's so important that you understand when your body is going through stress, these chemicals are going through your body. You're not asking your body to release these chemicals. Your body is so smart, it's releasing them automatically. All right, Mr. Fry, I see you taking your picture. I'm gonna wait for you. And there you go, boom, you got it. All right, I see you. I'm with you, my brother. I got you. I got you. All right. The next chemical, adrenaline. All right. This is the fight versus flight. We've all heard of that. It allows you to be able to escape danger. It gives you extra normal strength that you wouldn't normally have. Risk for anxiety, depression, heart disease. Serotonin is the good chemical that's released that we talked about earlier. That's when you're stressing and you kind of loving it. It's making you feel good. But these two right here can be very dangerous. Now, before I continue, let me come back. So here's the deal. If you have a physical stress, you want the adrenaline pumping. You want the cortisol pumping because it's going to allow you to react quickly. So let's imagine it's one of those nights you're working late at school, you're getting ready to go to your car and you hear, all right, you're getting ready to walk to your car. You hear a dog. You don't have to ask your body, hey, body, I hear a dog. I need some adrenaline. Can you pump some real quick? No, your body's like, yo, what? I got you. So the adrenaline is pumping. So if you have a stick or something, you're going to be like extra strong right now, or you can get out of there really quickly. All right. So that's why we want adrenaline. We want cortisol if we're having physical stress. But here's this. Let's say if your stress is emotional. Let's say if you're in an abusive relationship. Let's say if people are always attacking you verbally, physically, or whatever it could be. Let's say if it's microaggressions on the job. Let's say if it's a toxic environment. Those kind of stresses, you're not releasing those chemicals. So what happens is you saw all of those other things, heart disease, high blood pressure, high glucose. Those kind of situations are detrimental to you because you're not releasing it. And this is why we're going to talk about a little bit later on, different solutions. That's why exercising is so important. That's why the right foods that you eat are so important, because some foods will spike your blood sugar up. So imagine if you're already stressed and you're eating the wrong things. You are totally not helping yourself. All right, is this helpful so far? Let me get okay, perfect. All right. Let's see, what do we have in the chat? Awesome salad, nature is the best stress. I love nature, absolutely. All right, let's see. Ben, I know a teacher who used geranium oil and plants and used a chemically reduced stress. He taught in juvie detention and never had a fight. What? Ben, remember that, because I want to hear about a fight never breaking out in juvenile detention, my brother. I want to definitely hear about that. All right. So
only in his class.
Oh,
only in his class it never broke out.
Now let me ask you, was he a big dude?
No, but he's a kung fu master. He's
see, I don't know if it was the plant, Ben. I think if I was in that class, hold on one second, let me stop sharing real quick. I think if I was in that class, he could have juvie, Scooby, Loovy. I ain't messing with the kung fu. Good job, what? I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. All right. Anyway,
that's Nancy B. Jefferson in Chicago.
Oh yeah, I'm very familiar with Nancy B. Jefferson. Mm-hmm. So we talked earlier about the sources of stress. Boom, let's hit them. What are they? Boom, and which else Boom, right there, COVID. So we all know it. Here's what's amazing. The things that we love are also the things that stress us out, right? It's just like a relationship. I can love you today, and tomorrow I'm thinking, you can love your students today. Next week, it's like, what the fried chicken is going on in this classroom? Okay, so home, spouse, children, parents, family, siblings, relationships, family drama. We all probably got a little bit of that, all right? Work environment. Now, Ms. Payne and Dr. Levy said there is no stress in 152.5. Now that's what I'm going, I see you, Ms. Simon, she just turned around. What? Miss Simon, I want you to sit back down in that chair, okay? That is funny. And then we have this other big stressor, finances. We're talking about an economic recession, depression, and finances. A lot of people, I think they say 40% of businesses went out of business. So that is stressful, okay? So let's take a look at some things now. Oh, ladies, I got a treat for you. So I always say one of the fastest, easiest ways to get over stress is to find something good to look at. Boom, right there. Look at that. Look at Miss Johnson. She like, okay, I feel less stressed already. I see you, Miss Johnson. Miss Simon is shaking her head. Yep, I see you. Miss Bowling, I don't see Miss Bowling, but I'm sure I got you. So here's the deal. Sometimes it could be a picture, it could be a reminder, because when you see certain things, it brings back memories. It's like a trigger. So whatever that thing is for you, you may want to have it in school, you may want to have it in the classroom. Now, some of you may be saying, okay, I see Idris Elba. Yeah, I'm not into the celebrity thing. I want something more real, like somebody I may know. I got you. Boom. How about this? That's what I'm talking about. I know you didn't know that. That's what's up under this coat. Yes, that's me. Okay, I see the smile. Ben, it's okay, bro. It's okay, Ben. I know this is not for you, Ben. This is not for you. The majority of the people here are not you, Ben. All right. Now, the last thing you may say, okay, I see all this chocolate. I ain't into white chocolate. I mean, black chocolate. I want a little white chocolate, all right? So we got something for you too. My mom loved this guy right here. We could not stop hearing about 007 growing up, Sean Connery. So sometimes you just have to find something that's good to look at. Now, guys, let me say this, guys. I know you're thinking, well, what about us? Where's the lady pictures? Me too? Me too. I ain't putting no ladies, and no, we're not gonna do that. And no, this is the wrong decade for that. And I see Dr. Levy over there like, I'm so glad you did. I see you, Doc. I see you, Doc. All right, so sometime someone said Sean is the coolest, Miss Pickett. He absolutely was, very smooth. All right, so sometime, and this is joking, but I'm serious too, sometime because you can have an image that you can look at that can bring you stress, all right? So here's the question. And this is what we'll talk about. When you feel stress, who else feels it and why? Who would like to unmute and talk to me? When you feel stress, who else feels it and why?
Everybody else that's around you. You are the energy that you put off, and especially being the teacher, like they receive that immediately. There's nothing else to like really think about at all. Like they're definitely feeling it when in your home life. If you're living with your spouse or your domestic partner, they feel it. The kids feel, oh, you know, mama come in today. It's really about to go down. You already know she's gonna be stressed out. It's right after work. Don't talk to her until about 7:30, 9 o'clock. Yeah. Now, hold on, Dwight, right? Yes, sir. Wait, you have a last name that's amazing, brother. Where'd you get that name from? I got it from my daddy, man. Your granny. Now, okay, I see the first two letters of your first name is spot on, brother. So whoever gave you them first two initials, brother, they were on that thing right there. I was gonna say Dwight and Dwayne Bryant would be a really cool show. Like that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that would be good. Indeed. We're gonna talk when it's over, all right, Dwight? So just be ready. Thank you, Ms. Jones. I appreciate that. I think you're speaking into the future right there. All right. Anyone else? And I agree. So imagine if you're stressed as a teacher. You may think when you come into that classroom, you kind of
everything looks normal, but it's really not. Young people are very intelligent. They can feel your spirit. They can feel your vibe. They're watching your mannerisms. They're listening to your words.
You don't look good. Or they'll say, what's wrong?
They know.
Okay. You say it again, Miss Skinner.
I'm sorry. When I'm
Miss Skinner, now you know you're on live, right? So if you got the thing unmuted and you're talking, we want to hear from you. What you saying, Miss Skinner? Talk to us.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. My button always somehow does this in meetings. But I was just saying, my students, they know when I'm not feeling well. If I come in, they're in tune with me. So they'll be like, "You're not feeling well today," or so I try not to. No matter how you try to hide it, they know.
Right,
yeah,
absolutely.
You got to put on a show, and it's like impossible sometimes to just put on that charade. No matter how hard you try, that charade is really difficult to put on sometimes, especially on your worst days.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the reality. We all have those days, right? I mean, if you're human, we all have those days. So we have to be mindful too of the impact and what the outcome may be. And if we have those days, you just may have to say, "Hey, students, look, Mr. Bryant, today it's a little rough. And I need you to help me. I need you to help me get through this day because there's a lot of drama going on. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to get into it. But I know, DeAndre, you normally act the fool all day. I'm going to need you to sit down today. I'm going to need you to come. Shaquank, I'm going to need you to kind of relax yourself. Don't start running your mouth all day today. I need the day for y'all to work with me so we can make this thing work, all right? So sometimes you have to help navigate. I see you, Miss Scepter. Yep, you got those in your classroom. I see you, all right? Let's go on. Today, we're going to discuss the causes of stress, how stress affects you, the different types, and we've already started doing this. My intention is simply to create a safe space so we can share openly, for us to gain a better understanding of stress, and then share solutions so we can mitigate stress. All right, the next thing is going to say what causes stress. So what I want everyone to do is unmute yourself really quickly, and I'm going to say what causes stress, and I want you to yell out many things cause stress. So I'm going to say what causes stress, and you're going to say many things cause stress. All right, you guys ready? So the first one, what causes stress?
Many things cause stress.
My daughter.
I'll accept that. If you're fatigued and if you're overworked, all right, knowing how to manage your time, knowing how to clean up the clutter, knowing how to create relaxation spaces. Think about this. How many of you have had a cluttered car, and when you went to the car wash, you got your car cleaned out, you felt better? Anybody had that experience? Mm-hmm. All right, Ms. Daniels. Okay, I see a few hands. So it's the same thing with our homes. It's the same thing with our classrooms. Guess what? It's the same thing with our mind. Sometimes the clutter can be mental clutter. Sometimes it's important to just write, get a journal, write things out. Like, don't go to bed at night when you have a lot of lists of things in your mental head. Write those things down because your subconscious mind is so powerful. It will literally begin to organize the day for you. All right. So make sure you don't have that mental clutter because that's just as bad as the physical clutter. Okay. The next thing, this stress is one of the hardest kind to avoid because a lot of times we feel as though this stress is out of our control. Does anyone have an example that you would like to share of what maybe when you either currently you had fatigue or overwork, you had that stress and you were able to deal with it? Or is it someone who's dealing with it currently and you haven't quite managed how to manage that stress? Anyone would like to share?
I can share.
Go right ahead.
Well, personally, I mean, there are lots of factors in life that mine may be very different from everyone else. Like I know that people have different families than my family. I have a cat, but I also have my own personal issues, such as my own mental health, the several jobs that I work to stay afloat. I feel like I'm working and working and working just to keep working and get nothing out of it. But I deal with it every day and I still get up and I still go to work. It's just like a cycle that you got to push yourself through is what I kind of have learned. It's just, you just got to keep on going because eventually it would all be for a reason. That's it.
Let's pause for a second. So I heard multiple jobs. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you probably have some family stress and pressure in there because you probably are helping someone do something. So when we talked earlier, and I know you had a workshop just now on self-care, how do you embody self-care?
I will take time to go ride my skateboard. I will probably just go drive around in my car. I talk to my mom every single day, which is not the best because then I'm putting my stress on her. So I am trying to find other ways to, you know, communicate my stress. I have my coworkers who are awesome, 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 awesome. I try to, you know, keep it minimal so I'm not stressing them as well, but I have to get it out somehow. And I can't just put that on my family, which is something I know a lot of people do. We go to our families and they carry our stress with them. Like my mom, she's my mom, so she's going to carry my stress because she's my mother.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. She cares.
I'm trying to do that less, trying to separate my stress from her stress.
Now, let me ask you this. Everything I just heard you say involves movement. I'm doing something. I'm talking to this person. I'm driving here. I'm on my skateboard. Have you tried to do nothing?
I can't do nothing. I'm not that kind of person.
Okay. All right. Miss Raven, I want to give you a homework assignment. Now I'm the teacher, you the student, so I need this homework assignment done. Between now and Monday, just 30 minutes, right? When you're out riding your skateboard, you like the nature, obviously. Well, you probably don't be riding skateboard right now, it's a little cold. But when you're driving around in your car, find a park and just go there and just sit. Now your mind is gonna start playing because the next stress we're getting ready to get to is probably you, big time, right? Yeah. But what I want you to be able to do is calm your mind down without all the activity. We are creatures of habit. You have created a habit of I must go, I must do. I leave this job, I get in my car, I go to this job, and this job is done. I got to go over here, I got to call my mom, I got to do this, I got to talk to my colleague. Your work.
How I feel.
Exactly. Listen, you stress me out just listening to you. Okay. So this is why what you're doing is you're sincerely thinking, if I stay busy. So your addiction is busy.
Yeah.
I need you to unaddict yourself to that. Whereas I need you to create some space where we're not talking. I'm not skating. I'm not sharing. I'm just sitting. All right. Now I can see your face already. It's going to be difficult for you, but this is what I need you to do for yourself.
So I can't call anyone? Like I can't call anyone?
No. If you're religious, call Jesus, call Buddha, call Muhammad, call Allah, whoever you believe in, call them. But everybody else don't talk to if they human, all right? Deal? Come on, give me a bump, deal? Boom, there you go, all right. And you're literally stressing yourself out by your own thoughts. This one is more deadly than the physical stress because no matter where you are, my friend who I just talked to, no matter where you are, this goes with you. And if you cannot calm that mind down, if you cannot quiet the chatter, the mental clutter, then you can be on vacation at the most beautiful island in the world. And if that psychological clutter is with you, then it's not going to help you because you still won't be able to relax. Now look at the bottom right here. It says some people become addicted to being under stress. They even look for situations. If it is calm, they don't like calm. As a matter of fact, case in point, you may have heard this already, and this may be true with your students. We were doing a test in Chicago, and we had all the noise, all the music, just silence. And one of the students was like, I'm like, are you okay? You're looking real nervous. She was like, why is it so quiet? Because he was not used to peace and quiet. It was always some level of noise or sounds or movement going on in his world. So when it was an opportunity to be still, to be peaceful, he was so addicted to the noise that he could not adjust. All right, Ms. Pickett, I saw you have a reaction. What are you thinking about that?
I've actually had to say to some of my students, oh, some people just love chaos.
Yeah.
Because it's a stressor for some students who are in environments where something is always kicking off, something is always going on, or they're just noise, a lot of background noise. And when there's peace and harmony, which is something I like to maintain, I always have like one student is sort of, I can't handle it. It's just too much. And so I usually make a comment, oh, so you just love chaos, don't you? And so, yes, I have seen it in my classes.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. I see brother big Josh Wilson. Josh Wilson, do you have those students that always need chaos or always need to have movement or something going on? And if so, how do you manage it?
Definitely. So I definitely have, I got the little ones, second grade. So
Ooh.
they're always getting up. They always want to move. The hardest part now that they're back in school is telling them to stay in their zone. They want to come up, ask you questions, throw things away, sharpen a pencil. So getting those procedures in order, just getting them up at just for during a phonics lesson, even though we're just writing words down, they're standing up, they're air writing words, or brain breaks where they're up and dancing, even if we don't have gym that day. So just getting them out of their seats.
Okay. Excellent. 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 Thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing. All right. Let's continue. Let's continue. All right. We got one more. What causes stress?
Many
Many
things.
All right, hold on. Brother Kenyatta, I did not hear you, my friend. I told you I'm watching. So we're going to do this. I don't want to hear anybody but Kenyatta. Everybody put your things on mute. All right, you ready, Kenyatta? Get ready. What causes stress?
Many things cause stress.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. All right. Now, our surroundings, environmental stress. It could be noisy neighborhoods. It could be crowded areas. It could be big, large groups. So here's the deal. If you don't like large groups, you don't like noise, just being around it is going to aggravate you. Some people don't like big gatherings. So, okay. Who is that? Austin Behavior. I see you, Austin. What you listen? Austin, come back. Go unmute, Austin. I want to hear what you listening to. Hold on. We're going to stop the whole workshop. Austin, what you listening to?
I don't know. My phone just started doing its own thing.
As a matter of fact, Austin, you come to the front of the classroom because I see you got your headsets on. You are not paying attention. You playing around. Oh, no headset. Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring you right here so I can talk to you and see you.
I'm with you, Mr. Brian. I'm with you.
You with me? All right. I appreciate it. But I thank you for that music because I'm like, what? But I got to get back. We got to get focused now. All right. So here's a quick summary for this round. Stress can affect both your body and your mind. We learn different hormones that shoot. We learn what happens when you keep them in your body too long. Stress can contribute to heart disease, high blood pressure, strokes, and it can make you more likely to catch a serious illness like cold. Now, here's what's interesting. When COVID first hit, Black and brown people were disproportionately dying than other folk. And some people are like, oh man, they made this disease to kill us. They trying to kill us. How about you get healthy? How about your immune system is down? How about your blood sugar is high? How about you already have cardiovascular disease? So a pandemic will take you right out of here. So this is why it's like, wait a minute. So this is real serious. I mean, this workshop is not just about let's manage stress. This workshop could also be about let's live, okay? Now, the next thing, it can contribute to alcoholism. For my teachers who must have that glass of wine every night, I'm not gonna tell you not to. But when you have it at night and then when you wake up in the morning, instead of milk and cereal and water, you get that glass of wine. Hold on, let me come off share. And then let's say during lunch, you got that flask under your desk where you go, that might be a problem, all right? I see you laughing, but Dr. Levy don't want y'all coming to work drunk, don't want you being drunk at work, all right? Mr. Fry, that's not you, is it? You don't have no 40 ounce under that desk, do you, Mr. Fry?
Absolutely not.
Okay, very good. I got to ask, man, say, hey, I don't work there, so I'm gonna ask the questions that I don't know the answers to. All right.
He does not.
He does not. Okay, perfect. So that's real though, because I have a friend of mine who's a teacher, and it's funny, she used to did not drink. And then she just said, I just got to have a glass at night before I go to bed. And then she said, well, I just have one in the morning before I get to school. I'm like, I'm concerned about you. Okay. All right. alcoholism, obesity, drug addiction, cigarette use, depression, lack of focus, it can even lead to death. Stress is serious and we cannot play with it. All right. That's what I want us to all understand. So we're getting ready to take another poll. We're going to have heart disease trivia, poll number 2. Hello to the Evaluation Committee for Chicago Public Schools. My name is Dwayne Bryant. I'm the president and founder of InterVision International and also of eLearning with DB. This segment is to share with you a sample of our online learning platform. Every participant will have their own particular login. They will go right there to elearning.dwaynebryant.com, and then they will have their login details, and they will provide us their email, and they will determine their own password. Once they enter, they will receive their dashboard, of which they can edit their own profile, they can edit their bio, add a bio, profile picture, etc. Once they're done that, your parents, students, or teachers can begin to enter into our coursework. Right here for Broward County, this dashboard is being piloted for Broward County. They asked for 2 things, managing stress and the impact of social media for their parents, and now they want also creating powerful parents. So let's go to the impact of social media. Once they click on the coursework, we can also do this for Chicago Public Schools. They will have a welcome page, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and then there's lesson 4. There are 4 lessons for this particular part. We have the welcome. Once they click on the welcome, similar to what we did with Broward County Public Schools, is we can cater and specifically design a welcoming page for Chicago Public Schools teachers, parents, and or students. Here's the welcome video for Broward County parents. Beautiful and highly intelligent parents with Broward County Public Schools. My name is Dwayne Bryant, and I have some great information for you. We have just completed a 3-series parent engagement online learning for you. We have number 1, the impact of social media, which is a 4-part series. We have managing stress, which you have to look at with your children. It's also a 4-part series. And then we have creating powerful parents. Now, the first series, the managing stress series, is what we're providing a sample for you as well. So once they complete this part, the welcome, then it will say 100% complete. And then what they'll be able to do is click right here and go to the next lesson, because we want to make sure that we're tracking for CPS and for the schools what the parents have completed. Each lesson, not just parents, but parents, teachers, and or students. Each lesson will have a synopsis. You will have the actual video lesson content. You will have the review lesson, and then you would have the survey. So let's say when the parents or teachers go into lesson, all right, they will get the content here. They simply click on the play button. To all of my wonderful, highly intelligent, and beautiful parents, welcome to my powerful workshop entitled The Impact of Social Media. With over 24 years of presenting to teachers, parents, and students, I certainly, and according to the evaluations, consider myself a master presenter. So it's very engaging. There's times when we ask the participant to pause the video to have a conversation with their students or their peers. Once they complete the video right here, then they're able to go to the next topic. And when it's done, it will mark complete, and then they can go to the next topic. Now, after each video, there's a lesson review. We have the lesson review because what we want to do is capture evaluations. The evaluations are for the schools, for the principals, or for the district office. We're able to aggregate all of that data in order to turn it in so that you know which teacher or which parent went on the lesson, what they completed, and what they thought about the evaluation. This is simply a reminder and a detailed demonstration of how to complete the evaluation. Agree, disagree, or strongly disagree. Questions number 7 through 9. From there, they will be able to go back to the lesson or go to the very next thing. Now, lastly, they have a survey. With the survey, what they will do is fill out their name. Once again, this is for the parents that we're piloting at Broward County Public Schools, But for Chicago Public Schools, we can have the teachers, we can have parents, or we can have district staff. They will fill out what they thought about the workshop or the seminar or the online learning. And this information we were able to summarize and present to the school or to the district. So you will know how the investment is going and what your parents, faculty, staff, teachers are saying about that. And then they can finish the survey. Right here it says you must answer the questions, which is why it won't allow me to move forward. Okay, so that's just one of the lessons. That's the impact of social media. But with the dashboard, all of the content will be uploaded in a very professional manner. Your teachers, your staff, your parents, and or your students will be able to navigate the content of the video. You will be able to see that. Earlier, we have LMS platform, which is this. We also have Zoom meeting capacity. We also have direct services, and then we have our online learning. Once again, my name is Dwayne Bryant. I am absolutely looking forward to partnering and sharing our online content with you, as well as our LMS platform and our Zoom capacity. We've worked with Chicago Public Schools since 1998, and we look forward to continuing our partnership. Thank you.
Look, it's another great speaker, workshop trainer, conference presenter, town hall moderator, TV host, MC fundraiser, articulate and passionate youth educator. Good energy, witty personality, faith and perseverance created him a salary. Taught a whole audience to unlock their power. Even corporations know he put in them hours. He combat bullying, prevention, tactics. Made the commitment to feel his life's passion. Motivate individuals around the globe, and he teaching the people what they really ought to know. This about to stop, about policing the community, building up a unity, empower young people when they reaching their destiny. Think before they act, some getting home safely, respecting where they at. Teachers, parents, authority, hey, raising GPAs, hey, you'll be amazed, yeah, they do this every day, Intervision on its way. So when you hear this song, all you gotta do is say, hey, Brian. Everyone should know.
Dwayne Bryant, the book is The Stop, Improving Police and Community Relations. It's got a workbook for parents, for kids to work on. You're doing great stuff in the community, so critical. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Dwayne Bryant, aboutthestop.com, Intervision International. One love.
Decision of what altitude are you going to fly. And that brings me into mind of 4 different birds. You got the eagle, you have the crow, you got the pigeon, and you have the chicken. Today I want you to start thinking about which bird are you. Let's start with the eagle. We all know that the eagle soars very high. The eagle has very high standards for him and herself. The eagle doesn't need to be around a bunch of people because the eagle knows that he or she is a natural born leader.